She did not give the entire media floor an opportunity to submit their schedules. I'm not going to push that point. I just want to focus on
Yeah.
I mean, what we're doing is legal. And we sat down yesterday, we had to work through
the budget has not been presented to the
I did. When I asked Sherry to approve it, she approved.
But she didn't have the power to do that until it has been presented to the board for a vote. And at that
She counts as a vote.
No, she's not a voting member. She's the chairperson who can only vote in the absence of a quorum, which can only be determined after it's been presented to the board. I need to present it to the board. Over.
Whatever it is.
I want to do it completely correctly. Like, this is, like I've been disrespected this entire time. There are people crying sexism that have been dismissed in a lot of different ways. So, I don't think that you personally, just the system in general, that have been in a lot of times have not heard. And when other people say exactly the same thing, they would then heard. You know, budget hearing is disgusting. I have already said we only have the power to do this, accept or reject my proposed budget, and then the table motioned to accept revised proposed budget. They had the power to do that. And when I said so, I wasn't heard. But when active white men pointed it out, everyone listened. You know, so I just feel like I have no power.
It's gonna be fun.
I have not been respected in my position. And right now I have the power to at least see that in its very first, iteration that this working group and that this process is done. That's all.
I was told by Alan just to stay for the whole thing, but.
I want to have an opportunity.
I'm gonna go later now. But, huh? I didn't bring my material because I thought it'd be, less. I need material. But, it's a video. Awesome.
I want to be able to say that fully, honestly.
So then yesterday was the
Sorry. So there were projects that are open for and usually we do like sustainability schemes,
Have you just Samantha Bowe and Ben Thomas?
Yeah, we can attach that.
Okay, great. Just checking.
Any other?
Also, I mean, as a part of the resolution, but when this gets to, I'm sure they'll run it on it. You can spread that among student groups, share the message.
and yeah, also all the units, even if it's like a minor relationship to anything, like, I mean, the parents maybe still have, but I feel like if I prioritize that every message needs to be required, and even if you can tell me that you about it, that's a whole in all the units. And equal artists are still really concentrated right now, which is all the different
Yeah, I presented the project Compost 360 or whatever they are forward. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to give them a lot of training materials for next year so that all the new students are on board and they can actually do this.
And I would also say I would read and West, I mean anything that would be living. And then
Thank you. Anything else?
Have a language.
No.
Have a language, but I.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, thank you, Syed.
So my staff number is actually. So if you possibly go with that,
I can send it to the office.
and then would it be just in the area?
Mhm.
Thank you very much. Lynn?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Brianna?
Oh, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Guerrero?
I was wondering if I can ask you a question.
Yeah,
First question, for the scope one, can you clarify the information director?
Yeah, it's actually really exciting. Because I'm a nerd, I love greenhouse gas emissions. You can also, like, in case all who are looking for careers in our discipline, but I'm excited about new options. There's like a whole world of greenhouse gas emission calories. There's all sorts of really complicated questions, like within scope 3, what would you consider if you're flying from Davis to Boston to present at a conference for work? Is that the UC's emission or is that your personal emission? Because other than Brad mentioned, scope 3 should be neutral by 2050. So that's long-term, all the transit-related emissions. So there's a lot of questions like that that are more philosophical and we can be answered. As far as fugitive emissions go, we count everything that leaks from pipes. And we have complex algorithms that predict how much is leaking from the campus pipe system based off of pipe diameters, gauges, and how many miles of piping we have. So fugitive actually includes everything that we don't know exactly, but we think might be getting out of pipes when somebody leaves a gas jet open.
Then my second question was in reference to this line
So you're talking about energy efficiency?
Yeah.
Cost saving? Okay, perfect. So there's two bars. One is the savings that year, and the other was cumulative savings. So obviously, cumulative savings is going to grow much faster because every year it essentially doubles or actually increases by a factor greater than 2 because we're becoming more and more efficient. The one thing I didn't mention with that program, and it'll be interesting to see what happens, is that was funded in part by a big push that the state PUC did to expand energy efficiency, and UC took advantage of that more than any other corporation or institution in the state, which was great. But we actually maxed out basically the amount of available projects we have because it has to be on a campus that receives its power from an investor or health utility company, i.e. PG&E, Edison, not a public agency like SMUD. So Sacramento Medical Center wasn't actually eligible for that program, even though TC Davis is their power sources of publicly held utilities. So moving forward, we're going to have to look for more matching funds from the state, as well as ways to really move towards deep efficiency versus we've done everything like change out the light bulbs and things that would make a big impact that we're not really cost. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Ash?
I just want to let you know that I made up like a little sheet of ideas of how to outreach to the campus, like you gave with them. I'll talk to you on a break probably. That works better. Bye, you.
Thank you very much. Frivolous?
I have a language for you. So I'll just read it off for everybody. This is for the clause starting at line 36. I think we'll set it after, we'll put it after East President Fontana. Associated students, University of California, parentheses ASUCD.
Yeah. So, when you're done, Robert, if you can just hand that to me.
Oh, yeah, I have it.
Right, cheers, thank you.
Yeah. Associated students, University of California, Santa Barbara, ASUCSB. Associated students, University of California, San Diego, ASUCSD. UCSC, Student Union Assembly, SUA. That's SUA. Associated students, University of California, Irvine. That's the ASUCI. Associated Students, University of California, Riverside, ASUCR. Associated Students, University of California, Merced, ASUCM. And this, UCLA, United Student Association Council, parentheses USAC.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, and I motion to add that on after, I have points here. I motion to add that after President Napolitano on line 37. Second.
Motion made and seconded to add that after President Napolitano. Are there any objections? Seeing none, that language has been added. Thank you.
I yield.
Thank you very much. That's all?
I just want to say that I think the copy of the should be sent to the city council and mayor as well.
Okay. Trying to move,
I like it. Mayor Devil. Mayor Devil.
Joe Floyd, Joe.
What's up, I yield.
Thank you very much. Open speakers list. Yes.
A motion to add, the Davis City Council and the Davis Mayor's Office after,
Point clarification, Office of Mayor Gamble.
yes.
That's an one.
So I motion to add the language, Davis City Council and the Office of Mayor. Yeah, after the addition that we made before the section.
Motion been made and seconded to make that change. Are there any objections? Seeing none, that change has been made.
your phone, I have it.
Is there anyone else on the list?
No.
Motion to set discussion.
Second. Motion been made and seconded to go into Senate discussion. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we're now in Senate discussion.
Does anyone want to defer?
I just need to.
Okay.
You give me a quick correction to the amendment I just made. It's Undergraduate Student Association Council, not United. I misspoke. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I motion to add under.
I'll take it.
I motion to call this resolution into question.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to call this resolution into question. Are there any objections? Seeing none, are there any objections to passing this resolution? Seeing none, this resolution passes. So we're going to break for 5 minutes. So please be back here at 10 p.m. What a break. I wanted to.
When we go to Hawaii?
Huh?
When we go to Hawaii?
Can we go to Hawaii? I don't know. When you trying to go to Hawaii?
When we get matching suits?
All right, cool. So if we get the suits, we're going to Hawaii. Wait. Brian.
I mean, what are you talking about? You have to define, are you okay in general? No, I corrected your paper is about besides that, still no, but it's okay. I'm fine. You know, I'll go to that.
Brian, the people you went next to,
Yeah.
Who's laughing at you?
What's that? Oh, no, I'm
You need to go, are you going wrong with this? It's a level above what I'm at.
Your bill. I'm not sure how this works.
We got a couple of
If it works, great. If not in the fall, I'd be down to I did talk to two other, she said she wouldn't say that they're expanding the recruitment effort to target populations, but she said they're increasing recruitment in the Central Valley and they're going to high schools that they have not.
Heart failure.
And I was actually saying,
Cardiovascular disease.
yeah, I'd be happy.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to see if they can follow up on that better. I feel like it was at least a good start to something. Okay, so you no, this stuff. This thing. Congratulations.
It's good. There's all extracurriculars. How do you, you want to
That's a great place. But
how do you, know about tackling right in the future?
doesn't work in country. Have a good
Oh, so my
day.
next year.
Like this, sometimes.
Part-time student status. Is that why you're going full summer?
You still have an opportunity to do SOD. So honestly, dude, open up secretary.
That's what I was a little bit worried about. Maybe having.
30 minutes. Right. So we gotta do health.
But you, so what you do know, 10 out of 10.
I did lose with you.
And then you still have to so that shouldn't be a terrible thing. But at the same time, getting one more question right on a certain section, it could be that breaker between a point or not. Like one, I remember I did a practice test in the physical science section. I got 47 out of 52 right. I got 12 on that out of 15. And there was one that I didn't pick the right answer. I just like the brain part, and I was like, if I would have got that one more, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah.
So sorry. You're a smart guy. You got your head on the right place. My application is actually not processing. So I submitted it for today, but one of my schools, they did it 3 weeks ago. They did a process. So I hit them up and I told them I was and it's just got received today, so now it's processing that. Other than that,
Call this meeting back to order at 10:01 p.m. It's more roll call, please listen for your name.
Here. Miguel Guerrero,
ASUCD.
Gabriel Johnson, Alex Lee,
Present.
Sivan Nahabedian, Casey Lynn, Nahar Triano, Roman Brooklyn,
Yo.
Danielle Santiago, Anavia Diet,
Dallas.
Evan Crash,
Here. Hey.
Andrea
I know he's
Malone,
here. Alexis.
Lauren Ash, here, Marissa Ayala, here, Ritesh Mishra, Abhay Sandhu,
Here.
Sean Gira,
Here.
Yvonne Garcia, Joseph D'Angelo,
Here.
Francisco Lara, Joe Nazal,
Awesome, thank you so much. So where are we going? Motion been made and seconded to do consideration of all legislation. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in consideration of all legislation.
I don't know yet. So just go to 70. Well, the author is 75 here. The author for 75 is here, so go into this bill. Or mine.
Motion been made and seconded to go into Senate Bill number 75. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in Senate Bill number 75. Authors' comments. I have the extra copy. Oh, did it? Yeah, so we'll do that in a second. Okay, so authors' comments. Joe Rada?
Yeah. So hey everyone. I'm the first chair for the Dream Committee, which is a special committee at the moment, and we're trying to get permanent status for it. For those of you who don't know what the Dream Committee is, advocate for the 8540 in the document community. 8540 is a bill passed in the early 2000s in California where students who weren't citizens had the ability to pay in-state tuition, making higher education practical and feasible for them to be able to access. The Dream Act passed a few years ago as well, which gave work permit and other forms of financial aid for students who are undocumented in 8540. Maybe on campus we've been hearing a lot more attention being paid to the 8540 community at the SEC today, 8540 in the document community, which was advocated for by a group of black community, which is the 8540 in the document support of campus. We've been working closely with state on written goals that the Dream Committee is now undergoing within the past year of past quarter of its existence. One of the goals we're going forward with is trying to accomplish the creation of an alternative housing program for people who identify the 8540 in the document, but be able to provide them a space to empower themselves and be able to feel a sense of community when they're at income freshmen or transition. We've spoken with an academic experience director that is 8540 in our campus. She's spoken to us about how creating a housing program was something on her agenda because of so many different things she has to deal with prior to getting to that identity point. She's very excited that the community was able to step up and get the process going. We talked to city officials about potential off-campus housing options. Talked to Carl Engelback, who's one of the higher-ups, like in our chief stuff. He's spoken to us about the possibility of creating a team floor as a first step forward. And, even with the the identified towards then there's still a need for more action to be taken for this community, and that's what the Dream Committee is going to do, especially since there's not much talk within ASUCD or much of a presence. And now we were, especially years back, because of the lack of resources and a sustainable group of people working through this, the committee, it's been a little inactive, but now we actually have 4 people who are willing to be able to put in the work on this. We're going to be making a formidable group of people working for us.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention something else that pertains to what the Dream Committee does and what speak and data orientation campus does. I feel like it's very relevant to students here and especially y'all. This is AB 1366, a petition to get it signed and passed because we're very fortunate to have a center like this here on campus, but it took students doing administrative work that, too many students be happening. And so this bill would create other dream centers and people with youth where it's very much needed and students are using to do work that sure is done. So I'm just gonna pass this around and every hour and then sign it.
That's just another one of the forms of resources that the Dream Committee is going to be able to provide. I being one of the original authors for the Dream Center on campus, I'd be able to give advice to other campuses across the state and maybe even the nation if anyone were to approach us. The rest of the committee is very well trained in being able to work with people faculty and out of the nation, out of here being a representative of the faculty network, the statewide network, advocating for this community. I myself served with them as well. I committed about 7 or 8 months. I traveled up and down the state, getting petitions, especially organizing with the community at the ground level. And I have a wide variety of people and resources and abilities within this Dream Committee. I think we've done enough to be able to get the permanent status that we're seeking.
Thank you. Now we'll go into commission recommendations, internal resolution.
Like we saw this, we like this bill in terms of making it from the committee. There was some sort of a concern in terms of because you guys didn't have like a kind of like a strong leadership at one point. So we did see that turnaround. I believe you guys explained well what kind of goals you have now, the structure of your committee, and we really like that. That's why we're making you. That's why we voted you guys to have a permanent committee now. So that was our main concern is that transition of why is there a permanent committee and they get pushed on that. So that's
ECAC?
Yeah, we definitely saw it, and we definitely thought it was very much illustrating their, presence, and I think it's very necessary. And we had no real corrections to be made. It was, yeah.
Thank you. Now we'll move into question and text. So the author has provided us with 2 versions. Which version would you rather us go off of? Do you want to go with the presentation? Any questions in text besides the repass? Oh yes. Rivers?
Is there supposed to be where it says Dream Committee representative, subsection 1? Is there supposed to be anything after where it says official liaison between the ASUCD and the Dream Committee, or is that supposed to be a period? Okay, so correct that.
Where is this?
It's Dream Committee representative, subsection 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just supposed to be a period. And
Guerrero?
Yes, this one. Yeah, so the background paragraph, where it says the Dream Committee is created to building waste resources and homework resources.
Sure.
And then, now that we're in the second paragraph, with the study of the green committee and the city officials, after speaking with those, it's like creating a survey. So they don't say the city officials are directed, and create, and create. Yeah.
Okay. Good. And that's for the Bears.
England was last year, also the second paragraph, also housing project.
The color where?
The housing project, but also.
Sean?
Just as far as the names, Shalomkot is with an O at the first, and that Jahid is spelled with an A.
Which one is that?
Jahid and Shalom.
Yeah, but we'll refer to this one for the view. Which name is this? Was that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th name you're referring to?
Yeah, fourth. Or I don't know if I probably have the same one.
Oh yeah. Besides Ilfer's last name, there was another.
Oh, it started with a J.
Oh, okay. How do you spell that?
It's with an A instead of a U.
Oh, okay. Okay. Any others, Sean?
No, that was all.
Any other questions in text? If not, then I'll push us into public discussion. Anyone wants to speak on this? Carlos?
Oh, okay. Definitely, your commitment to this committee, and in general, your commitment to in general has been demonstrated immediately. I've seen you, I've seen when the Evening Authority Center opened, seen you at the roommate saw, and I've seen you confirmed chair of this committee. It's been incredible to see what this committee has done in leadership, and it absolutely deserves the full commitment from the committee. So I just want you to know that.
You have it?
Can you read the list?
The list is done.
Okay, I'm gonna motion to sign this.
Second. Motion made, second to go into Senate discussion. Are there any objections to Senate discussion? Seeing none, we're on Senate discussion.
I think this is pretty, like, self-explanatory, pretty necessary, and I think we all understand the necessity of the community. So, I'm gonna motion to call this bill.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to call this bill to question. Are there any objections to calling this bill? Seeing none, are there any objections to passing this bill? Seeing none, the bill is passed. Trish?
Motion to bill number 79.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to move into Senate Bill 79. Are there any objections to moving into Senate Bill 79? Seeing none, we're now at 79. Author's comments, Uranus? Yeah, sure.
So,
Chat it, please.
about a few weeks ago, there was a conflict in someone taking a role as a unit director and a position within SGAO. Both of these positions were paid, whether it was stipend or hourly, and so Mariah brought to us that about this issue and put us this onto work on this specific bylaw, which states, which originally stated, no individual shall hold more than one stipend or hourly wage position within the ASUCD Senate, subordinate bodies of the ASUCD Senate, ASUCD Exec Office, and Student Government Administrative Office. And so, As a commission, we discussed whether or not unit directors fell under, would fall under this, one of the categories of hourly and stipend positions that you can't hold simultaneously. And we came to the conclusion that it was one of those positions that you can't hold at the same time. So we put it into wording within this specific bylaw, and Mariah said she'll go with whatever our commission interprets the bylaw as. And so we're just trying to make sure that this is codified so it doesn't create any more confusion in the future.
Thank you. Let's go into IAC questions and recommendations.
This is Virgil. He wrote the commission here. He wrote the bill.
Virgil.
His first bill, he did a great job. Yeah, so this is basically just clarifying what Brad brought to us in terms of what you can hold two positions. One is the unit director, one is the CEO. It wasn't too clear in the bylaws. We interpreted that you couldn't. This is just clarifying that. That's pretty much it.
Thank you. Let's move into questions and text. Are there any questions in text for this bill? Seeing none, let's go into public discussion. We have an open speakers list. Frivolous?
This looks pretty straightforward to me. Let's get a motion to rest of this discussion. Yeah.
Just made a second to go into Senate discussion. Are there any objections to going into Senate discussion? Seeing none, we're now in Senate discussion. Frivolous to the floor.
Virtual, I really look forward to your future in IAC. I look forward to seeing a lot more from you. Motion to call this bill into question.
Second. Motion to be made and second to call this bill into question. Are there any objections to calling this bill? Seeing none, are there any objections to passing this bill? Seeing none, it is passed. Congratulations. And you
I motion to the bill 83 for energy.
One second. So that's an introduction of new legislation.
I motion to do an introduction of the
It's public discussion. You have to.
And then you have to vote on it to be introduced.
Okay, we'll do that.
Speaking from experience.
Public, so go into public discussion, talk about the steps. Motion made, second, go to public discussion. Are there any objections to going to public discussion? Seeing none, we're now in public discussion.
So I motion us in the introduction of urgent, or what do you want me to do?
You vote to see,
Introduce.
you're asking him to be able to vote to see the bill as urgent. And we vote to see it as urgent.
Okay.
And then you have to read what the bill says.
Okay. So I'm going to pass around the.
You can't pass it out yet. You have to say, I motion to vote to see this bill as urgent, then we vote, and then you pass it around. I'm trying to help you. I have to like facilitate this in the correct way.
We are in public discussion.
Second. Motion made and seconded to see that bill as urgent. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we will now see that. No.
We're good.
We already voted.
We seconded it.
Wait. What?
Seeing none, this bill will now be seen as urgent. Authors' comments?
Okay. So first, let's distribute the bill. Yeah, because I'm gonna talk about it now.
Let's not get hung up in the process, okay? We're already through. Authors' comments?
So I'm going to talk about just briefly what this bill is. For those of you who were at Sunday's budget hearings, we proposed the idea of allocating this year's remaining Senate reserves into Entertainment Council's budget for next year, for this coming year. So what this bill does is allocate $8,000 from Senate reserves to EC for next year. currently, currently in the Senate reserves is over $9,000, roughly like 9,500-ish. You all should have seen the email that I was talking with Janice and Kathy about it. It is accountingly possible. We do have enough money for it, and we did talk about this at budget hearings. So I authored this bill last night, and if you have the online version too, funny enough, the copy line items, you can click on it and see how much it's extra. So unfortunately, on the paper version, you can't click on it and see the history of the line items. But yeah, so this one goes towards the bid size and miscellaneous shows and the publicity. No clarification on how this money would be used and why she goes to these two line items in particular. Alexis, this year's new director is here to talk about that.
Also, then the old new director from last year who also wants to also president, which wants that. And then also have last year after this, we should also ask some questions if concerns or there is any allocation money going to the city council process that you're supposed to be approval. Ask questions. They're breaking off into the administrators this year. Are graduating. So
We'll now
one is already graduated.
go into questions in text. Ash?
Oh, I meant, I want to be in public, yeah.
It's all in public as well. Are there any questions in text? Lynn? Any further questions in text? Yes. Which one? So we usually don't do it on lines 1 and 2 during the description. Maybe line 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Who is that? I'm sorry.
What is on the bottom of both in
Oh, 2/3. Thank you. Still your floor side. Thank you very much. Win.
For every, line, 10, and line, do you put ASUCD?
We only have one. We only have one budget called 7 so I think it's too fun.
Okay, so, but, for the tenant on line 7, that should be ASUCD.
Okay. Thank you. Diane?
Wait, before, so, do you have the ASUCD number on line 1?
Sure. Yeah.
And then, again, you really have it in the box. It's very different.
Okay. Thank you very much. Any more questions in text? Seeing none, I'll push this into a public discussion. Ash?
I just want to let the Senate know that if you pass this bill now, you render my other spending bill that went through the legislative process this week useless because we will have trained the Senate reserves. Yeah, too much. Yeah, Abe and I just did the math. We won't have enough money to pass my bill. No, you're the one that told me.
Wait. Yours is $1,300.
Yeah, and theirs is 8,000. I don't want to get into like a weird EC versus OA thing. Of course, love units. Yeah.
I think there's enough in Senate actually.
They just told me there wasn't.
I read the email that Kathy sent. I think it's $9,263.
It was $9,595.
Oh, okay. NPM then.
Wait.
We'll let, I'm gonna just, we'll let Francisco check. I'll just kind of filibuster until then, because I just want to make sure that you all like know that. Okay, and I'll just check.
You say 1,300?
Yeah, so we're off by like $150 then?
Wait, no. Yeah.
Yeah, because right now, I can read it here. She said, currently there's an available balance of $9,235 in the Senate Reserve account. There is $9,533 in there right now, but that is not including the $298 that is allocated in SB 69. So once that comes out, then you'll get the number 9,235, meaning that it will not be enough.
Yeah, and my amount cannot go down. I'll talk about my bill at the time to talk about my bill, but I just want to make sure you know this before going into voting on this, that 500 is like the minimum that you can order for this amount. So unfortunately, I can't adjust my cost. Obviously, I would love to like make sure that it's all 50% reserved, but I cannot lower the amount that I order from Copuland any lower than it is right now. So I can't. I don't know if like EC is flexible, maybe lowering this, or like I don't know. This is kind of like an awkward thing to be in. I don't. Obviously, EC is great, and I don't want to be like I said before earlier. EC. Did you want to deferment, Francisco?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Did Reem want to deferment?
Yeah, I just want to make clear about last year, Ben came to Senate to ask for the Senate reserve. The Senate had allocated a budget of nearly around 21,000 and then allocated 8,000. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't know this. But now we've allocated 1,500 around, or 15,000 around there, and now we're allocating 8,000. So just do wrapping your head on your nose and recognize that that's already incredibly lower of a deficit than what they are asking for from the administration's budget. So like that is trying to, I'm just trying to like recognize like yeah, go for it.
Is that correct?
Off the top of my head, I don't.
Okay.
I'm like pretty sure, like I'm no job center, so I'm like almost budget, but like if you look at the budget online, that's all. What's that?
I just want to remind you all that everyone is getting cut.
Right, no, I know, but like my facts aren't wrong, so, or I won't cause my facts aren't wrong, so like recognizing that like by allocating our reserves back to EC, that's just getting them back to what Ben had asked, like what Ben got before they got this reserve additionally asked. I don't know if that makes sense to you without like me like showing you the picture. That we get it. Like, yeah, does that make sense?
Okay, I'm gonna take it back. Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't want to get into like talking about this. I'm not like voicing my merits or like my feelings on the bill at all. I'm just saying like I want Senate to be aware that by passing this bill, you're not going to allow OA to pass a bill, something that we've been working on all year. I'm going to be really disappointed in the 12 of you significantly, especially since like EC I think can maybe be a little bit more flexible with their numbers than we are. This is like the bare minimum. Like I can't get rid of tax and like I can't lower 500 because like that's what the company is saying that we need to go to do this. So yeah, I just want you all to be aware of that. Did you want to talk on my time? I don't have any more deferments left, but you were like raising your hands. Okay. Do you want to talk on my time? I've got like 30 seconds left.
Yeah, I just have a question. Can this bill theoretically be passed with different numbers tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I just want to be like really clear. I'm not trying to be like
No, not
anti-EC
at all.
or anything. I think they're all great. I just want you all to know like what you're doing before you vote on it. Okay, I yield.
This is all?
One of parliamentary procedure.
Yes. This is all Rivalist, Triano, Nahabidi, Laura, Padayerji, Trash, Lee.
Laura, I was wondering if you know what the difference has to be in order for both bills to pass.
How much is your bill?
$1,356.25. So it's like 150-ish off. Small.
So, a lot. I mean, can you give me that amount again?
$1,356.25.
Yeah, so if you change ECs to 7878.
Sunshine, please.
Okay, so on the rest of my deferment, I'm gonna just recommend to the next senator to lower it by $122, which takes it down to 7,878 if you all are members for that. Okay, then I yield my deferment.
Great, is all still your floor? All right, next we have Rivalist.
So it's generally considered dangerous investment strategy to put all of your eggs in one basket. Although we may have a lot of money in Senate reserves, we're extremely frugal this year. I also worry about the precedent of just investing all of our Senate reserves into one unit only, especially because a lot of our units are bleeding right now and can barely get enough money to sustain themselves. So I'm going to ask the author and the unit director if they'd be friendly to lowering this amount. Either of you.
Yeah.
You're friendly? Are you friendly?
How much?
1,000?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I would consider that. Mainly because I would want there to have some residual income, so even if we don't use that reserves, we can at least save it for the next year, and we'll just go back in the net revenue fund. So, I'm gonna motion to reserve that amount, or I'm gonna motion to amend the the mid-size show line item in the bill from 7,000 to 6,000. 6,500 to, yeah, 6,500 to,
It's not
six-
7.
yeah.
Okay. Second. The motion has been made and seconded to decrease mid-size and miscellaneous shows by 1,000. Are there any objections? 30 seconds.
About saving money and having Senate reserves grow, we already passed a bill about that, and during the budget, the Senate reserves are growing, we have to allocate a certain number a certain percentage of our funds to Senate reserves. So Senate reserves, we're not just going to be draining Senate reserves and like not giving a fuck about Senate reserves. And I think like 6,000 or 6,500. I don't even remember what number you chose, but I think that's a pretty arbitrary number. Like DC has been in contact with their adopted senators, and they kind of came, and they are also going through the legislative process, and they asked for $8,000, which is already less than what they had, significantly less than what they had that time.
Thank you very much. Does your motion stand on this? Yes. Does your objection stand? There's no objection, I'm sorry. We'll now proceed into a roll call vote on whether or not to increase that line item by $1,000. Please, this is clear. So just to clarify, yes, would decrease it by 1,000. No, would maintain it, and abstain is abstain. Please listen for your name.
No. Miguel Durrell?
No.
Gabriel Johnson?
No.
Alex Lee? Savannah Lambelli?
No.
Rachel Witt? No. Zahar Priano? Roman Rivlis?
Yes.
Daniel Santiago? Anabia Sayed? Essex Trash?
Sorry.
Gabriel Velasquez?
183, that motion fails.
Okay, hold on. Can I ask this table right now? Do you think all units, I understand you want to reward this unit, but do you think all units aren't working hard? They may not have come to the table with a spending bill. That doesn't mean they have needs. That doesn't mean they aren't suffering. And you want to invest it into one unit? I understand what you're coming here for, but you need to be considerate of the situation that we're in.
Teresa, thank you. Brianna?
Yeah, I hear what Roman's saying, and I'm a little bit confused, and I'm looking to work out the really why we're allocating like basically the entirety of our centers to ECs and not looking for other units or anything like that. Like I love ECs and I do a lot of money too, but there are like really giving drastic and I'm just wondering, I want a little bit more clarification on the logic behind it and why we're making similar to one unit versus all, or trying to like look, at other things that we're doing. So,
as I described moments ago, last year, Ben's reserve. Ben is the unit director from last year. He got, I'm trying to pull up the exact number now. His budget was what the reserve budget would add up to. Plus, they got the reserve. So does that make sense? I'm going to pull up the budget right now. So, prior to what it is now, plus they got the reserve. Right now, they're far lower in deficit, and we're trying to just get them to the reserve to add up to what they were before the reserve. Does that make any sense? Is anyone confused? So literally, like Alexis, all her hard work this entire past year, like I guarantee all these units are working hard, but like they cannot function and they cannot produce as many shows. They cannot do all
all the hard work, and like, you have all of how much credit you can give on this entire year. They will not be able to produce even half as much of work if they don't get this money. Like, producers in a community will not work for the money that we are allocating. It is literally a matter of whether they will function or if they will not. So it comes down to that. If anyone's confused, I will give you my comment.
30 seconds.
I'm gonna take my time back, and so, first of all, everybody got cut. Every single year got cut. And so, I'm really afraid of favoring units of one another. And
One minute.
because our money collectively, and we're saying one unit out of 24 units that we have. And also, I wanted to ask you, Bloom did not cost us money. Electric for trial cost to get that completely for free, and ASUCD didn't have to pay that. So honestly, I would have to now for like for it and half off the line. Okay, yeah. I mean, you work really hard, and then but also do other things. I know, absolutely. Yeah, and I really don't want to take any money away. Taking money away is like, as we learned this past week, the hardest thing to do. But I do want to be conscious of the fact that we have a lot of communities that are asking for a lot of other money.
Side chatter, please.
Yeah.
We're in public discussion. 10 seconds.
Okay, I like to motion us into Senate discussion.
Second. Motion been made and seconded to go into Senate discussion. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in Senate discussion.
Okay, earlier in the day, the controller, I guess, like the earlier controller, Ryland sent an email to the Senate listserv, and I hope you guys got a chance to read that Senate listserv. And he talked about the budget hearings, and he spoke about what was said during, I think the fall farewells, and he spoke about how during budget hearings, when we have to cut $250,000, we've been cutting and cutting and cutting certain units to the point where they can no longer operate. And we now, or not necessarily just now, but ASUCD in the past, and maybe even in the present, has a lot of units that can't function with the money that they're getting. And it is my opinion that because of the nature of the industry that Entertainment Council is in, their budget needs to be large. And we've cut them to the point where this next year, if we don't allocate them money, they're not going to have the amount of money to do the job that they do, efficiently, and to the extent that they've been doing it this year. And they've been really making student life better. They've been serving almost every single student. I'm sure almost every single student has been to an event with the Saturday Squad. I think today EC had a DJ playing music during the hours of noon to 1, and you can get music. Like EC does a lot on the campus, and the budget as it is, and we didn't allocate this at the time because EC came and was one of the last units, and we already had a deficit, and we cut them. And when you're already 4,000 in the red, and someone's asking you for money, there isn't much you can do. There really isn't. But they're trying to function with the cuts that they've received, and they're really cooperating with the Senate, and this is just a testament to how much they've been cooperating. And it is our opinion, it is our budget, it is our Senate reserves, and I think we should divide the House or something. I don't know how much time I have, but to really figure out where we stand. So I'm going to run out of time. I move motion to divide the House on Senate Bill 82.
The motion has been made. Side chatter, please. Side chatter, please. All right, we're in a motion. Motion to divide the House. Yes means you would accept this bill with the $8,000 amount. No means no. Abstain means abstain. Please listen for your name.
Wait, there was an objection.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Oh, wait, no, actually, an obvious.
Okay, 30 seconds.
All right, I will draw my motion and defer to Nadia.
Two things. First of all, I think we should edit it to reflect more in the bill. And then second, pretty much Ryland's email, what it said was that if the items in the tax are huge cuts, or instead of making small cuts, if you can make it right in the long run. But at the same time, we're trying to do this with the bill. This is you can't give a little bit of money to every unit, you can talk about it. You have to give the chunk of it for one unit, you know, cool, and collecting stuff here. Yeah.
They have a huge potential to generate a lot of revenue for ASUCD.
Wait, hold on.
Okay. I don't know what the numbers are. Okay.
So I,
It's 9,933.50
this is happening on your floor, no? You have 10 seconds.
All right, I'd like to motion to change line item 59,500 to $7,378.
Second. Motion been made and seconded to change line item 59,500 to $7,378. Are there any objections to that change? Seeing none, that change has been made. One more time, I'm sorry. So it's 7,377.
And the total is 7,878.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'd like the motion to divide the House on Senate Bill 82 as amended.
Motion made and seconded to divide the House on the bill as amended. Yes, we passed the 7878 number. Are there any objections to that divide the House? Seeing none, we'll now divide the House on this bill. Please listen for your name.
Yes. Miguel Guerrero.
Yes.
Gabriel Johnson.
Yes.
Alex Lee.
Yes.
Devon Hamabedian.
Yes.
Casey Wynn. Sahar Priano. Yes. Roman Rivlin. Daniel Santiago. Anabia Zayed. Ennis Fresh.
Stay.
Andrea Velasquez. Yes. Gabriel Johnson.
Yes.
Anabia Zayed.
With a 7.
Wait. I did, no.
With a 714, this bill would not pass. Yeah, this bill would not pass.
Spending.
Maybe it's, yeah,
Okay.
No, considering there are 2 people out of the room.
One of them we can go over.
10 seconds.
Point of parliament should be.
Yes. Yes. Laura Farayerji Tresh Lee Syed Guerrero Watson. That is time. Reem, it's your floor.
Laura, you?
Yeah, maybe. Stop it.
Oh, are you, hey, Casey, how do you feel about this bill as amended? Because you were 1 vote away from passing the bill. Okay, so I motion to pass the bill. I call this bill to question.
Motion has been made and seconded to call this bill to question. Are there any objections? Seeing none, are there any objections to passing this bill? Roll call vote.
Danny's, you know, thinking.
Wait, what did you say?
Okay, so the objection was already made. Does your motion stand?
Wait. I withdraw my motion, and in the meantime, I'm going to defer to Miguel. This is a deferment to Miguel.
Thank you.
Just one month, I guess in terms of units, at least one unit in the local matter, you can't really compare units on one scale. You really go to take into account the units in the ASUCD, back to ASUCD, to put it on a scale comparison, not to say we're going to units over others, which actually says the potential with one unit and what is the factory association. I think that definitely has some weight in this discussion. And with that,
Do I tell this like different?
Yes.
I will,
Sure. Something that this bill will give us the capability to
this is my
do
second experiment.
is raise more money. I think that Wantopia, the way that it was created years ago, should be a free event for students. So half of this money or a portion of it will go to continuing that free event because the part of the community is portion now. People look forward to it, and it's a great event for all students. but the other half of the money will go into a paid concert, and that will generate revenue for the association that we'll be able to use in the following years. And hopefully getting that foundation will allow us to increase our budget, and that'll just be a domino effect for years to come. So I really hope that we get the opportunity to do this and keep EC alive and keep the sense of community and enjoyment that we have.
Did you have any that is the budget that we can touch for is Chris is we can explain that later after I make the motion.
One clarification.
Yes.
You all can have that. You all can have it.
Awesome. So I'm going to motion to pass this bill, and I call this bill into question.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded to call this bill to question. Are there any objections? Diane, 30 seconds.
I want to know.
I promise you there's no second amendment.
Side chatter, please. Side chatter, please. Does your motion stand?
How much time do I talk? Does I can explain it on my time?
You have a minute.
Okay, yeah. I'll withdraw my motion. I'll upright explain it.
So in order to touch the watershed fund and put this one item and do this together, part of it is the bill has to be written, the agreement has to come between myself and Alexis, the unit director, then we have to present it to you all to pass and approve using any of those funds. And with that being said, the funds have to be used in such a way that
30.
they have to make 75% of the money back by selling how much from the book.
So you have to be, or you have to make up all of the large, so, from how big it is. When you're at 75% capacity, and that's assuming that the controller, the president, the business manager,
And
the data director all say yes.
All right, I motion to call this bill into question.
Second. Motion has been made and seconded to call this bill to question. Are there any objections to calling this bill to question? Seeing none, are there any objections to passing this bill? Is your motion? Okay. We will now proceed into a roll call vote on ASUCD Senate Bill number 82. Please listen for your name.
Yes. Miguel Guerrero.
Yes.
Gabriel Johnson.
Yes.
Alex Lee.
Yes.
Devon Nahabenian.
Yes.
Casey Wynn. Yes. Sahar Priano. Yes. Roman Ringlis.
Pass.
Danielle Santiago.
Yes.
Nadia Syed. Ennis Tresh.
Stand.
Andrea Velasquez. Roman Ringlis.
A few chance. Yes.
Andrea Velasquez.
Great. With a 903, this bill has passed.
Thank you guys so much. Love you all. You guys have made this year so incredible, and I would like to be here with you all next year to keep it going, but I know you'll do amazing things for UC Davis. I'll be back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lee.
I'd like to motion us back into consideration of old legislation into, into Senate Bill 78.
Motion has been made and seconded to go into Senate Bill number 78. Are there any objections? Seeing none, we are now in Senate Bill number 78. Authors' comments.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to find the quotes. My folder has ripped in half. It's definitely the end of the year. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is like an ongoing project OA's been working on, and it's totally my bad that I did not write. I wrote this bill over spring break and just, oops, forgot to get it introduced. I only have one copy of the quotes, so you all pass around, but this is an ongoing project OA's been working on throughout the year to get this resource guide printed for students. ASUCD actually used to be like in the business of making resource guides. We have resource guides for like a bunch of different things that are in this huge, big, old OA binder. I should have brought them into you all, but of course I forgot to. But we have resources, like we used to have better partnerships with a lot of different centers on campus. So we have resources like career resource guides, like student disability resource guides, Aggie resource guides. So this is like an ongoing thing that ASUCD used to do. And the last time it was done was under Adam, the president, before Carly, who was before Armando for all you newbies. So this is like, I was a freshman, a long, long time ago. And Adam in his office made this giant resource guide. It was like 50 pages long and covered every single thing at UC Davis beyond ASUCD. And the way I really like to say yes, we adapted it for a more modern field. We didn't cover every single thing at UC Davis because number one, that's not really relevant to ASUCD, and it kind of would be expensive to print 50 pages for a bunch of resource guides. So what OA did is we developed a resource guide. It's more depth than the little pamphlet brochure things that we have. It goes through every single unit and talks about how you can get involved, how that unit serves students, how it serves RSOs. So it kind of covers like a few different key areas, and then it also goes through like every single commission. There's a paragraph for the Senate that Alex still hasn't written for me. You did? Oh, okay, never mind. I just lost the paragraph that Alex gave me. Creative Media made really, really cute graphics for it. OA made like Aggie tips, which are just like random things like, hey, if you want ice cream, go to the Coho. They're better things than that. I just can't think of them right now. And in the back of the resource guide, there's coupons for every single unit. Not every single, I don't know why I said every single unit. There's coupons for a lot of different units, which is great because it's like gonna establish a connection with the freshman right off the bat to have that coupon in the back. There's a letter from Mariah in the front. There's a lot of different photos. And it's also kind of like, not only is it a marketing guide, but it's also an advertising guide because it like advertises Creative Media and our own units within it. So we're really excited for this. The reason why we're only getting 500 printed is because unlike the brochures, we're not going to stock these at different resource centers on campus and service desks. We're only going to put this out when we're tabling. It's not something that we're going to hand out. So like when we have the brochures, we go up to people, we're like, hey, take this. The resource guides are going to sit on our table, and we're going to give them to students who are interested in students who ask them about us, ask them about these things because they cost $250, so they're a little bit more pricey. So we just want to give them to people who are like really pumped up about ASUCD, which hopefully there'll be a lot of people at orientation. You have anything else to add?
I was just gonna say that's a really good strategy with that. I mean, obviously our first